y'all. We just got done chopping up with Coach Chris Chronicles. Make sure you follow him on all platforms.
Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, man. Good stuff coming. Good stuff coming. Definitely.
All right, what up, though? I say to the audience, before we get started, I just want to let the audience know that anybody affected by the tornadoes yesterday, my heart and my thoughts are out to y'all. I hope everybody good. I checked on a few people, but I know it caused a lot of damage in the city, so my heart go out to y'all. My prayers go out to y'all. Well, with that being said, we got a special episode today. My first time having a father-son duo on the platform. I'm excited about this one. Um, I had the pleasure of growing up with one of them. I grew up with his little brother, so he like my big brother. I watched him grow like into a man, to a father, a coach, mentor for the youth, and his son. I look at him like a nephew. I watched him evolve. From when he first started hooping to start showing some potential to, hey man, hey nephew getting hard. Then, you know, right before our eyes, he turned into a basketball phenom. Not only am I proud of these gentlemen, but I'm a fan. They family behind them, community behind them, the city behind them. I got my dog, Lee Bryant, and his son, the Red Mamba, aka Landon Bryant. How y'all
What's
doing,
up?
fellas?
Good,
Doing
man.
good.
Good.
Y'all
Appreciate you
good?
having us,
Yeah.
man.
Appreciate y'all coming to the platform,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Are y'all aware like how much the city is behind y'all? Like really supporting y'all, rooting for y'all to win?
Yeah.
Y'all can feel that?
Yeah, it's a lot. Like I say, it's you get it, through social media and stuff like that. And then when people just see you out, they'll talk about him before most stuff. And
Yeah.
like I say, it's out there. So
As a father, how that make you feel? Like people getting behind your son like that?
it makes you feel good. Makes you feel like what you're working for is actually being seen. So it plays a part, but at the same time, you just gotta know that that's not the end point right
Right.
then and there. You just gotta
Right.
keep on moving, keep on going.
Right.
So it kind of motivates you to keep it going.
Yeah. So I don't know if y'all know this, but y'all kind of number became like a standard of a father son duo, and people are literally looking at y'all like grown men looking at you, Lee, like man, shit, man, he with his son every step of the way.
Yeah.
Landon, kids looking at you, your peers, they looking at you, bro. And like you setting an example. You're a good kid. You ain't out here you ain't got tattoos everywhere. You ain't throwing up your hands online and smoking weed and flashing guns. You ain't doing none of that. You're a good kid. You be having fun, smiling, dancing, and you really let your game speak for itself. So, are y'all aware like of that aspect of it? Like your peers literally look up to you.
Yeah, they talk to me every day saying, Landon, you I wanna be like you. I'm like, oh, you older than me.
That got to throw you off a little bit though,
Uh-huh.
but that lets you know you're doing something right.
Hmm.
That let you know you're doing something right. Lee, have you got that vibe? People like reaching out for advice or anything?
Yeah, and I try to help out as much as I can. Like I say, I always try to stay humble as possible, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, it's like I know that I have information that some other people might not have
Right.
because, like I said, I've been around, especially when it comes to basketball. I've been around the game a long time since I was born, basically.
Right.
So like anytime anybody wants to pick my brain on basketball, I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it. I like it a lot.
So for those that don't know, who is Landon Bryant?
Landon Bryant, uh, a smart young man. Stay on the court, stay out of trouble, just have fun. Try to make everybody smile.
Nice. What type of big brother are you?
Hey, brother. I'm really
You the
just,
mean one? You like you wrestle with everybody? You picking with
I,
them, or you try to lead by example? Like,
I try to do all of it. Just have fun with them, leave a good impression on them. I like make sure they in the right path.
do you treat your brothers and sisters any different?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm rough with little LJ.
But you let your sisters get away with murder, probably, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Your daddy do the same thing.
Yeah.
Lee, you just touched on this. Like, you basically was born into basketball. Like,
Yeah.
when was you introduced to basketball?
Uh, Probably I was like say basically like born into it. Like my sisters played ball. They played every sport from volleyball to basketball to softball.
Mm-hmm.
So me coming up just like seeing them, like I say, I was always at the girls' game. Then after the girls' game, you excited for the boys' game.
Right.
So like I say, after a while, going to like all the McGavick. She played. My older sister played for McGavick, so just going to the McGavick games. Watching Jonathan Quinn. I think he ended up being an NFL quarterback. Seeing him playing high school, Corey Wilson, those guys. Just running up and down the sideline, just imagining myself being out there. So
Right.
that's kind of where it started at. And then, like I say, my dad coaching the game as well. Kind of brought me up in it.
So, did you teach? Like, did you prioritize teaching Landon basketball, or did it like he just gravitate towards it naturally?
I kind of when he first started out, Lil be told like I think his first year playing, like I had never worked. I think he was like maybe like 5 or 6. And I had never worked with him before. Thinking he's just gonna get out there and just be,
Yeah, it's just gonna be a natural. Like,
he's gonna be natural. So he went the whole season, didn't score no points, and I was like, oh no. So
Oh, I hit a free throw.
No, you not.
Oh, I was definitely hit like a free throw.
I don't remember that free throw.
he went the whole season without.
Whole
Damn,
season.
man.
Right up in the league that we coach in, like in the USL league.
Damn.
He was only 6, I think 5.
I was like 4.
No, you like 5.
No, I was like 4.
He was
No,
5.
I remember I was 4.
I think he was at least 5, playing. But that was his first time ever playing basketball for the most part. And, his little cousins out there just going between everybody, laying it up. And I'm seeing these other little kids doing it. So that was like my first like red flag. Like, okay, these kids, they starting off at a young age,
Right.
So why not start my son out, at a young age? Because like I know the basics at least,
Right.
So at least give him those. Like next year, I think he got out there first game. I think he had like 8 or 10 points. Being able to dribble, it was just a night and day thing. But I saw then the transformation, what training can do for you. Right then there at a young age. So I just try to keep on building on that momentum that he got that year. I think he's like say 6 years old at the time. So just building from there.
So you say you waited. That sound good, Landon. Did he force you to play basketball?
Not that I can remember. Probably did.
Right,
A lot of parents do that.
He can't remember what you did.
Yeah, right. A lot of parents, they just throw their kids out there. They living through their kids.
You're right.
When did you start coaching, Lee?
I actually started coaching at the age of like 14, 15 years old, man. Like I said, my dad had my mom and dad had their organization, the AU organization.
Which was
the Pace Setters organization.
Setters.
A lot of kids came through that organization, especially out of South Nashville, pretty much from all parts of Nashville, really. But they started us out, and I think it was LeVar's team, my little brother's team. They had to go a tournament in Tullahoma, and my dad, he was coaching like 3 or 4 teams at the time. So like all the tournaments fell into one weekend. One weekend, he was like, man, you and it was me and my friend Mike Johnson. He was my assistant coach, and we had took him up there to Tullahoma. I'm 14, 15 years old at the time. But, I'd always been around my dad, watching him. So I was just doing what he was doing, basically, just yelling, telling him something to do, whatever I thought came to mind. But like I say, that's when I started, and that's when I really like, man, I really like this. You know what I'm saying? Standing up, directing these guys, and then winning, that makes it all better too.
Right.
So yeah, but
I mean, it's not like you didn't know what you was doing. You was just
talking
to them about basketball.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then when I was 19, I was a high school basketball coach, head coach for Nashville Christian Advancement Academy. And that's when the game really came around because, these are high school guys I'm coaching. I'm only 19 at the time, So, with that, I had some good guys on my team as well. So, like, I had to step my game up.
Weren't you coaching with B. Vic?
Yeah, me, B. Vic. And I brought in Terry Cole. And he brought in that Doc Shelton mentality because he came from MLK. So, he brought that side of it to the table, and it showed me a lot too. It was like, okay, this is what it is, man. But in coaching, y'all coaches as well, y'all know you learn something new every day. You know? So, and I had to get that. I'm not gonna know everything right off the bat, but at the same time, I'm starting so young. I'm learning. I'm getting ahead of the curve early. So I really enjoyed that.
Did LeVar respect you as a coach? That's what I want to know. Cause you ain't that much older than LeVar, and
That's
both of y'all goofy as hell.
right, and that's where I had.
How can he take you serious?
That's where my assistant coaches came in, man.
Mm,
Like Terry and Brian. You know, I'll let them deal with
yeah,
LeVar. And,
and you got a temper too, so you probably
yeah.
snap on LeVar.
Oh yeah, he got snapped on plenty of times, but you know it's all in good faith, trying to just get him better, man. But Terry was harder on him than I was, man. I think
Mhm.
LeVar had missed a couple of practices. I remember we were practicing at Cameron Middle School, man. Terry made that man run the whole practice.
Good.
The
That's what
only
your
time,
ass get.
the only time he stopped is when we run the suicide. He had to jump in line with the suicides. So man, we was hard on VAR, man, but it paid off for him, man, because he played pretty good the next year when he went back to Glen Cliff. So
Yeah, that's my dog. Shout out to LeVar, man. All right, going back a little bit, Landon. I'm gonna tell you a little story. When you was playing in Rock Springs, you was probably like 9 or 10. My brother Kenny used to coach, and y'all used to have to go against him. The game plan was, Landon is good. He can score. He can shoot. But we're gonna get in his head. We're gonna irritate him. We're gonna piss him off, and that's gonna throw his whole game off. Is that still one of your weaknesses? Like somebody get up under your skin? Does that throw your game off?
Nah, not really. Just feel me more to like just go get a bucket.
Mm.
Like if you get up on me, I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna go right by you. Get a
What if they
bucket.
what if they talking crazy though?
Talking great. I'm
If
gonna
they
shut 'em up.
bump you, grab you, talking crazy?
Gotta shut him up with a bucket.
I can't get mad at that. Set them up with a bucket. So y'all try it if y'all want to. Try it if you want to. He gonna drop 40 on your ass. Lee, why Laverne? Why not go to the private school route, the Brentwood Academies,
that's a good question. I think it really started with COVID, man. Like he probably ain't no telling what route he would have been on if we would have not moved to Laverne. But the reason why we moved to Laverne is because Metro didn't have a season his 8th grade year. So
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
so like I wanted him to play, because that was gonna be his last year of middle school. So Laverne, their kids were actually going to school and stuff. So I'm like, they might have a season. So I went on and moved them up there to Rock Springs with Coach Chestnut, man, which helped us out a whole lot because he had opened the gym up for in the summertime for open gyms and stuff. So we would go up there and train with him, and it kind of just happened smoothly. And like I say, going to Rock Springs, and then from Rock Springs, we're zoned for Laverne.
Right.
So I took a good look into Laverne, and
What you see?
the principal she actually played for my dad growing up for the pace setters. So those connections and stuff like that took us kind of persuaded us to you got people in your corner
Right.
when you go there. You got somebody's gonna actually
They gonna look out for
look
him.
out for them. And then Coach Tony Rutland at the time, man, like I loved his background and where he came from. He played in 2 back-to-back ACC championships with Tim Duncan.
Let him know the school he played for.
Oh, he played for Wake Forest. Yeah. I watched that game not too long ago, man. Him and Stephon Marbury had a nice little going back and forth. They were playing Georgia Tech in the ACC championship. Rutland, I think, ended up hurting his knee in the 3rd quarter or whatnot. But, like, just watching his game, and he also played high school basketball with Allen Iverson. They won a state championship as well. So,
He connected.
oh yeah, definitely, definitely. So, like I say, knowing his background, I'm like looking around. I'm like, ain't too many people done played on the ACC level that's actually coaching basketball and actually won on the high level.
Play with some greats.
Right,
too.
play with some greats, and what I'm saying, he's a great within himself. Like he's putting up numbers at Wake Forest, man. So knowing his background and stuff like that, I was like, man, I think he'll be a good fit for Landon.
Yeah.
And Coach Chestnut had came to me as middle school coach and kind of gave me the blueprint of what they would look like, and that's what it's looking like today. So it didn't happen. What I'm saying, like it's as fast as I wanted to happen, but it's all coming together now, so you can see the big picture. And so, like I said, that was my main reason for just trying to keep them there. What I'm saying, the administrator, the coaches and stuff like that. So your kid is in good hands.
So Landon, how would you measure your growth playing at Laverne from freshman year, sitting on the bench, getting some playing time, to a sophomore, you become a starter, you a factor, y'all actually winning, district champion, district MVP, junior year, now you got expectations because you the guy. You ain't surprising nobody no more. You on the radar. So how would you measure your growth?
I'll measure like I expected it, but it was like not. I don't know. It was like I don't even know for real. I
So
just kept working.
why'd you expect it?
Expected. Cause like I already knew I had all the potential in me. Everybody telling me, "Oh, you gonna be this, you gonna be that." I'm like, "Nah, I'm sorry." And I just kept working, putting my head down, been in the lab with Marcus Kinzer at Cambridge, AAG Lab Work Spencer. Just just stayed with them, got better. Then it wasn't really a surprise for real, but it was at the same time.
So you noticed how the training enhanced your game. Okay. What role do you play on the team this year?
What role I play? Uh, I'm like the motivation. Like when I put my head down, everybody else put their head down. But if we losing and I'm like cheering everybody on, that's when we gonna come back and bring our spirits up.
Okay. So is it easy for you to lead by example?
Yeah,
Are you a vocal leader or you lead by example?
a little bit of both. Like if I start snapping, they gonna be like, "Oh, Landon, you really yell at us like
Right.
that for real." You
It's
really
a
mean it."
problem. Okay. So what's something that, since you're one of the leaders on the team, what's something that your teammates can depend on you for? Like, what can they count on you for? Every time you step in the gym, this is what Landon gonna bring.
I'm gonna push us to get better every time. Like ain't no reason to be in the gym and not getting better.
Right.
So if you're gonna be with me, you gotta work.
That's tough. So that mean you basically like, hey, it's gonna be uncomfortable around here if you ain't doing your job. If you ain't coming to work, if you ain't trying to win, it's gonna be uncomfortable around here. So you don't mind confronting your teammates if need be?
Now I expect the same from them. Like when I'm slacking off too. Like if I'm slacking off, I'll tell them, hey, pick each other heads
Right.
up. Like we trying to win state.
Right.
So we all got the same goal. Got the
Speaking of
same
which,
method.
what are your so is that the goal?
Oh,
Win the
yeah.
state?
Always the goal, win state.
Win state? Alright, I guess I'm special for y'all. I'm starting to have little segments on the show. So I'm gonna have a little segment called either or. So as an example, I say red or blue, you just choose which one. I got 5 for you, and I got 1 for both of y'all. I'm gonna start with you, Landon. What's more important, scoreboard or the stat sheet?
I say scoreboard.
Good answer. Is it more fun to be the hero at home or be the villain on away courts?
Shoot. In the district championship, we was the villain. That was so fun. Then at home, we just played Cambridge at home like last week. We was in a tough battle. All the love was right there too.
Which one is funner though, being the hero or the villain?
I say being the hero, cause in front of everybody you go
Yeah.
to school with.
Nice. Is the game of basketball more mental or physical?
More mental.
Nice. What's more competitive, league play or AAU?
I say AAU on some aspects of it.
Right, because you're playing talent from all over.
All over the country. And Tennessee, you just playing people from down the street.
Right.
That you already know, you already seen, be like, oh, he's slow.
Hey, hold on, now some talent coming out of Tennessee now too, though. It's talent. You one of them. Yeah, y'all bring some talent. But the last one, would you rather get dropped or dunked on?
Oh, I'd rather get dropped. Cause when I get dropped and you miss the shot, it don't really count for real.
Yeah. At least you playing defense. You trying. All right, Lee. This is from the perspective of a father. Should people respect more? Should people respect Landon's game more for his talent or his hard work?
I think the hard work, because I think that's what's gonna really take him as far as he wants to go. Like I think sky's the limit for him, but if you ain't gonna put in the hard work, it's only gonna be as far as your time's gonna get limited. So hard work any day.
First time he beat you, was you pissed or was you proud?
He ain't never beat me. Whoa. Ain't never. What you talking?
Whoa.
When?
All right, now.
When have you ever beat me?
I literally just beat you like, what was it,
You
Thursday?
ain't keeping score of those games, bro. What are you talking about? You've never beat me. Next question.
When you go to his games, are you more of a fan or a coach?
hate to say it, I'm more of a coach, man.
You be loud as hell in the bleachers,
Yeah,
bro.
I hate to be that guy, man, but I can't help it, man. You know, if
Yeah.
you see something, you gotta say something, man. But
You don't let the coaches do their job.
yeah, but
We played in ACC.
yeah,
We went
but
play with Iverson, play with Tim Duncan.
yeah, but it's like your kid though.
Right,
When he needs to like pick it up or when
right.
he's slacking. I've been watching him forever, so. But I try to be quiet. That's why I kind of try to stay up at the top. So maybe if I
That don't
yell it,
work.
it don't
It's gonna echo even
still
louder
get out
being at the
there.
top. That don't work. All right. Would you rather him go D1 or HBCU?
That's a good question.
This ain't for you, Landon. Don't let him influence your decision.
It depends on what the really depends on like what they have in store for him. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's like it got to be a good blueprint.
Yeah.
For him to go to either or. So that's basically what I would look at first. But for him to go to a HBCU and really bring the culture in and set examples and stuff like that, that would be great. But like I say, at the same time, other Division 1 schools, they can offer probably better resources and stuff like
Right.
that. But at the same time, man, I would love for him to be a a workhorse for the HBCUs. But if I had to choose, I would actually pick HBCU. So,
Nice. Um, what would make you more proud, seeing Landon as a champion or a graduate?
oh, definitely graduate. Man, that would be the best day of my life right there, man. Seeing them, you know what I'm saying? Because basketball can only take you so far, man.
Right.
And I know, especially these days, man, a degree will put you over, at the top of the list of those jobs,
Right.
So, like I say, if he can be a graduate, man, that'd be great.
Right. This is for both of y'all. Who better?
Oh,
Me, of
me,
course, me.
bro, you're 5'9".
You have
I'm
to
literally
guard.
backing you down.
You-
I'm out
How many dribbles were we getting?
3, like
Oh
always. Like
no, 3 dribbles. That's
what?
easy money.
What?
Easy.
Bro, he backing you down already, D?
Nah, man, he ain't never back me
Yes.
down.
How much you weigh, Landon?
165.
And you 6'3"?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not backing me down, man.
Man.
Landon gotta get in that weight room.
All right, Lee. What's the biggest differences in high school on and off the court since you was in high school? And how did you prepare Landon for
Uh,
it? A lot has changed.
yeah, a lot has changed, and after I went back to work as assistant coach at Antioch. I want to say around 2013, 2014, and I think Landon might have been maybe fifth or sixth grade at the time. But just going back coaching and seeing all these different moves and stuff these guys got, and I'm like, hold on, man. Like everybody's Jason Williams now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like everybody is Skip to Malou now, but they're doing it in games. But you know what I'm saying? It's effective though. It's
Right.
actually, you know what I'm saying? These middle school, high school kids are actually going between the legs. You know what I'm saying? Doing all this, and
Uh,
it's working. So I'm like, this wasn't, we didn't have this. You had maybe one or two people on the whole team in high school most of the time that could actually really handle the ball.
right.
Nowadays you got your bigs, you know what I'm saying, handle the ball, you know what I'm saying, just as good as the guards and stuff. So I, you know what I'm saying, kind of, peak game, but I was like looking, I'm like, okay, these guys everyone you see doing that, 9 times out of 10, they got somebody training them
Right.
outside of practice,
Right.
So that was the big thing. I saw these kids like really getting with these trainers and stuff, man, like really taking their game. And most of the time you see these kids with trainers, they go back to their school, they on the AAU circuits and stuff, and they balling out, So I peep game on that real early for him. And like I say, even though we do our own training, still take him to Marcus Kinzer, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Take him to Jamal Richardson, Spencer
Mhm.
Richardson, and stuff like that, because there's a lot of stuff that they know that I don't know,
Right.
So just seeing these kids like work outside of practice with their trainers, that's just something that I didn't see, It might have been a lot of guys doing it, but
Not like this.
not like kids though.
Because that's all sports now.
Oh yeah,
It's not just
definitely.
basketball. Everybody's training now.
Yeah, definitely.
We used to play outside and
Exactly.
get better and compete.
Right.
Now instead of them going outside, they just train. They
Right,
go to the
right.
gym and train.
Right. We was getting all our training in the driveway,
Right.
basically. You know what I'm saying, or in the front yard. You
Man, it
know.
used to piss me off, bro. It used to piss off me and LeVar.
Well,
Shooting them bank shots, just yelling out, Timmy, Timmy.
I
That shit used to
had,
piss me off, bro.
man, that was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you saw Tim Duncan doing it. That's what we did. That's how we trained too. We would see
Yeah,
somebody do something on TV, you
right,
know, and then we'd try to go duplicate it against our friends or our
right.
brothers and stuff like that. So I saw Tim going to that bank, man.
And it worked. It's easy money.
Right, every single time, man.
You done developed the bank shot yet?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Who's the best player y'all played against?
this year or
Period. Ever.
period. Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
Brandon Miller.
I ain't even got to follow up on that. Next question. We got Lee on the show. Next, Lee. Who's the best player you played against, Lee?
That's a good question.
I know you done played against between
Yeah.
league play and the AAU circuit.
Yeah.
I know you done.
Uh, probably Jamont, cause you know, like
Mm,
me and Jamont was on the same team a lot, but like we played against each other in AAU a few times and stuff like that. So yeah, probably have to give it to Jamont. I also played against Rondo, but we were real young when I played against Rondo. I think we were about like 12, 13 years old, but he still had a name back then,
right.
you know, at 12, 13. He stood out, and, Josh Smith, he was pretty hard in
Mm,
eighth grade, he dunked on our whole team at the AU Nationals down in Florida, man. It was you knew then, like in eighth grade, like you was like,
yeah,
bro, like you 6'7", bro, in eighth grade, and you can handle
that's
the
cheating.
rock, and like when he dunked on the whole team, that didn't happen too often, so that was kind of like a shock for us. So you remember those guys like that, man. They kind
Right.
of set themselves apart from everyone else.
How important was it for you to talk to Landon about the media side of the game? Because this wasn't really a thing when we was growing up, and
Yeah,
it goes hand in hand with sports. A lot of parents just focus on train, 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 train,
yeah,
practice, game, train, 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 practice, game.
yeah,
But if you really want to go to the highest level, and if you one of the ones, it's gonna be a camera in your face,
yeah,
gonna be a microphone in your face, which is probably one of the biggest reasons I created this platform was for people like Landon.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I want them to get adjusted to it and get into that transition
yeah,
and just to shed light on the youth period.
yeah.
But how important was it for you to talk to Landon about that?
It's very important, man, because like I say, you see it today, like Jason Tatum and Jokic and all them. They bringing up pictures from when they was 7, 8 years old. So it's very important about what you post. But like I say, it's very important to, like I say, get your name out there and stuff like that. So colleges and
Excuse me.
stuff like that know who you put a face with a name, basically. So when people hear about Landon, they'll be like, oh, okay, I saw him before.
Right.
I know what he's about. So I think that's just important, but I think it's more so important like what you put out there.
Right.
Like I say, it's got to be stuff that's it looks good for your resume,
Right.
basically.
Landon, when did you start thinking about media being a part of basketball?
Shoot. When I first saw Sharik Cooper mixtape, I was like, I want one of those. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
his popularity went up. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, I want to be like that.
All right. Another segment I usually have is called The People Want to Know. When I
Mm-hmm.
reach out to people, I let them know, hey, I'm going to have so and so on the show.
Okay.
What's some good questions you think I should ask
All
them? So instead of random people, I figured, hey, I'm going to have the royal Bryant bloodline on the couch.
right.
Why not reach out to the family
Okay.
and have them send
Oh
in some questions?
man. Oh
So
man, that
I
makes
had
sense.
some people from the family send in some questions, and they had questions for both of y'all. All right, so we're going to go ahead and read them out. I'm going to start with Tyrone. It's for both of y'all. He said, what steps are y'all taking to get to y'all goals?
You wanna go first?
No, you go first.
Uh, you know, I want to get back into coaching real bad. Like I haven't really just been into coaching like I want to get back into coaching. Like I say, just been working a lot, and then like I say, when I'm getting off, I'm probably taking him to a gym or something, or doing stuff for the kids and stuff like that. But I say basically one of my goals, man, to get back into coaching and keep developing kids, man. Like that's it's an art, man, that I really, really, really like doing, man. To see a kid go from this level to this level,
Right.
and the reason why they got there is because you know what I'm saying. You preach repetition, you preach work ethic and stuff to them,
Right.
and so when you see them make those steps, man, it's nothing like it, man. So
Nothing like it.
nothing like it. So like I say, man, that's my main goal to get back to you know, coaching, and hopefully you come back and be my assistant. We
Hey,
had
we
a
won a couple
dynamic duo.
championships. We held up a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
trophies.
So
We can run it back.
like I said, that's what I was telling my brother the other day. I was like, man, like one thing I learned is, you know what I'm saying, coaching at a young age, man, is that you need a good assistant coach, man. You only as big, you only as strong as, you know what I'm saying, your whole staff. So
Right.
like I say, man, when you have a assistant coach that can just, especially you seeing one thing and your assistant coach seeing
Right.
the other, and like I say, you got to trust each other and stuff like that. But it takes you a long way, man. So, like I say, I just really want to get back into that, man. Because, like I said, I kind of miss it a little bit.
What about you?
My goal, ultimate goal right now, I want to play in March Madness. So push myself.
So you ain't going straight to the league? Damn. You ain't going straight to the league?
Now, with the college
You gotta take
experience.
baby steps.
Nah, I ain't messing with you. I ain't messing with you. But what are your steps to get to March Madness?
Steps. First, just gotta do my job right now, get my grades up, get on a good winning college team. And then I try to sign that letter, sign that line.
You looking forward to that day?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this from LeVar. He got two of them.
Man.
When did y'all know Landon could be good? Let me start with you. When did you know like you can really be good?
I could really be good. Should be back at the Laverne League on like 4 championships in a row.
Ah, you bragging. I had a dynasty at 5 years old. What about you, Lee?
I think it, like I say, it went back to that year he didn't score no points.
Y'all ain't win a championship that year, did
Nah,
you?
they ain't win that year. But he came back the next year and won it all. But like I say, when I saw that work ethic and stuff actually pay off on the court for him, I was like, okay, if he can make that jump within a year or so, give him 5 or 6,
Right.
however long, then ain't no telling sky's the limit.
What father-son duos have y'all looked up to for motivation?
I know me. Man, it probably ain't one that I haven't looked up to, man. I can name a few of them. Probably had to start off with Darius and his dad.
Garland?
Yeah, Darius Garland. Seeing them out in Brentwood, I think I started watching Darius when he was a freshman, and I didn't even know his dad had played in the league until like 2 years after I known Darius.
Mm-hmm.
But come to find out, his dad had played a while in the league and stuff. So I'm just kind of just sitting back watching, and I saw how his dad, would work with him and stuff like that. But he also sent them to, Jamal and Spencer and like say the other trainers and stuff. So anytime I would see Darius, I would always kind of like pick his brain and stuff, ask him, what I'm saying, how he's doing and stuff like that, and what he working on. And he was always good, what I'm saying, coming out talking with me and stuff. And I think it was probably his going into his senior year. He had came to a camp or whatnot, and everybody's looking like, oh, that's Darius, because he was like number one on ESPN for point guards at the time. So everybody's looking, and he walked up to Landon like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, how you know Darius Garland? But I forget, what I'm saying, he's out there, working out with the same trainers,
Right.
So I say Darius seen him around, so I kind of picked his brain a little bit. I was like, man, y'all been working pretty hard. And the way he looked at me, he was like, bro, I have not had a day off, bro. Like, I've been working.
Yeah.
Like, I've been doing this. I've been going here. So that right there just let me know, like, these kids, man, even, like, in high school, bro, they traveling. They doing this,
They
man.
dedicated.
They dedicated. And they really working. Like, this is, like, high school guys are working probably just as hard as some NBA guys. You know what I'm saying? It's done got satisfied, done got the check. And, so, like I say, these guys are really, really working. So, like I said, I just saw what he was doing with Darius, and then you look at T Morant,
Yeah.
how he put the probably put the court in the backyard and stuff.
Mhm.
So I was like, shoot, if T can work with his son in the backyard, man, let me put a goal in my, you know what I'm saying, my pop's driveway. You know,
Yeah.
they got a driveway. We can work it there. So I know a lot of people probably drove past, you know,
Yeah.
seeing me and Landon out there working and stuff. So T
Seeing
kind of
Landon working you over.
say what?
Seeing Landon working you over in the driveway.
Nah, I won't say working, yo. You know what I'm saying? We just sparring, you know. You know, you gotta let him see something go in and get his confidence up. So but but yeah, and then, you know, even go back to Kobe's dad, you know what I'm saying? Like people don't never acknowledge him on the growth that Kobe had, but you know he had him in the gym at a young age because he's still coaching like up until recently. So, you know, he's giving that coach advice and stuff to
Mhm.
Kobe, and you can just tell in Kobe's game, bro. He was just a
A student of the game.
yeah, student of the game, man. So like that just came from, you know, his father playing against all these guys. So he's in the NBA locker rooms at a young age, man.
Right.
So like I said, I try to put him around that as much as I can, man. And like when my cousin Brandon Wright, he had played for Dallas. I used to go down there and watch him play as much as I could, you know, and you know, sitting in the family room and stuff like that. You know, I would talk to Jason Terry's dad. You know, you're in there with all the parents and
Right.
stuff. So I'm sitting at the table, Jason Terry's dad sitting on this side, Vince Carter's dad sitting on this side. So and they was really, you know what I'm saying, they was really welcoming, like, you know, especially like you say, they know what family from and stuff like that. And, you know,
Mhm.
Jason Terry and Brandon had a good connection, you know,
Oh
down
yeah.
there.
You know
So
how many oops he threw,
oh
Brandon?
yeah. So Jason, anytime Jason Terry dad would see it, especially if I had Landon, you know, all the guys, you know, come up to you, talk to you. You know, I would ask Jason Terry dad, like, man, did Jason he play a lot of basketball growing up? He's like, man, I went through so many pair of shoes. But you know, like today it makes sense because like this man I went through so many pair of shoes,
Right.
man. So it just lets you know that's what it takes, man, to get him out there, just keep it going. And Vince dad was just telling me how he took care of his body, man. You know,
Mhm.
Vince was playing for Dallas around like 32, 33 years
Yeah, he
old. You
was
know,
up there
back
already.
then, like that was old for the league.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he looked at me so crazy when I was like, hey man, Vince look like he got a couple more years in him. He said couple. He said, man, he plan on playing way longer than that. I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on, that's gonna put him at like 35, 36. But you look at Vince, what he retired like at 40, 41 years
Yeah.
old?
Like he was a freakish athlete
Yeah,
though.
yeah. That's what he says. Like, man, he takes pride in his body, man. So like I say, little stuff like that, man. I always look at guys, dads and stuff. Look at the background. There's so many guys today that their fathers came before them,
Right.
man. So like I say, I just tried to, you know, I never got to that level, but I always try to, you know what I'm saying, look at those guys that did and
Mhm.
see where they came from and how they did it and try to install it into him. So
All right, this one come from Christopher Crowder. Landon, what keeps you focused on your goals without the distractions like social media, girls, and bad influences?
So what keeps me focused? Just the goal itself.
Hmm.
I just don't want to flop off. Be like, hey, y'all remember Landon? Oh, he's such and such on the street. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to be on the street.
Right.
I want to be somebody everybody can look up to.
All right, let's go to Isha.
um,
Uh, Lee, what's it like being a single father?
it's rough. It's rough. I ain't gonna sugarcoat this. It's rough, but at the same time, it's like you you know you have the keys. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can make the decisions and stuff like
Mm.
that. But just being a young father, man, just you know, I had a good example for me, which was my dad. You
Right.
know, so like I say, it's rough. But at the same time, man, I got a good support system and stuff like that. I got a really really big family, so like I
That
say.
a really, 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 really big family.
Yeah, we pretty deep out here, man. So, like I say, and all of them love Landon. So,
Mhm.
like I say, there ain't nothing that it's just one text message. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Whatever we need, if it's a ride, whatever, they're gonna be there for Landon.
Landon, how do you balance school, sports, and girls?
Shoot, I don't even know for real. It's a struggle with school and sports. And girls, if I'm doing my right job, they just gonna come along.
That part. That part. How do you avoid temptation as a teenager?
Shoot,
It's tough.
I don't even know. I just do my job, just put in my work.
Stay busy.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like I say, if you stay busy, like you don't have time to
Right.
do whatever. So like I say, that's what I try to do for him, man. Just any any day you just laying around, man, you can be in the gym somewhere.
Yeah.
So like I say, if you stay busy, it keeps you out of trouble.
Lee, what advice do you have for parents trying to keep their teenage son on the right track? Probably kind of just
Yeah,
answered
just like I just said, like you gotta keep them busy, man.
that.
Like I say, sports is even if it's like something extra,
Hmm.
curricular. Like I say, you got your school and stuff like that, and that takes up if they really trying to strive for those 4.0s, those
Right.
3.0s, that takes a lot of time within itself,
Yeah.
But like I say, outside of school, like just have them doing something, like
Right.
whether it's chess club or whatever, with sports, like have them do it, but actually have them really doing it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just don't just throw them out there. Actually study the
Yeah.
game or study whatever it is that you're doing a little bit, and then I think that's when it really becomes fun to you. As you just study and see yourself just starting from step one, then step two to step three, and on and on. So, like I said, I think that's the beauty in it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go to Lita because she kind of touched on that. And Landon, this for you. A lot of players go to the gym to work on their physical game, but not many of them are students of the game. Are you a student of the game? And who do you study if you are?
Oh yeah, for sure. I study lots of people. Remember young, I was watching T Mac, him jumping at the gym,
Hmm.
watching Penny Hardaway. I copied his little spin, half spin, a little bit. Just a lot of players, mostly Kobe for real. Got a Kobe book at home.
What's your weekly training routine?
Weekly training. Got these 15-pound weights in my room.
Say it into the mic.
Got these 15-pound weights in my room. I really just do whatever I find on the ground
Hmm.
with those.
What about the basketball training?
Basketball.
Like you go to a certain place on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. You work on a certain part of your game when you go to certain trainers.
Uh, they all just like spread it out. Mostly just getting in my bag and getting to my spots.
Hmm. And then how do you balance basketball and life?
That's my life. Uh, Shoot, ball is life.
All right, let's go to Kisha. Lee, this is for you. Um, what advice did you give Landon last year when the pressure started to hit?
Mm, uh, it's a good question. Just really just keep your head down and believe in your work.
Hmm.
Like I think Kobe, he would preach on that a lot. Just always rely on your work ethic. I
Hmm.
think pressure really don't get to you if you like really really comfortable. If that makes sense. I think the more and more repetition and stuff that you put in it, man, the more you get comfortable and you gotta actually start to embrace it. Because like I say, those are the moments and stuff like that to make you set yourself apart.
Hmm.
And I think you did a really good job with that last year and even this year. Stepping up to the plate in tough games and stuff like that. So, like I say, I just always tell them just depend on your work ethic. You do this,
Right,
So like I said, it's nothing new to you. It's the same ball, same rim. So
right. Landon, what's your pregame ritual?
Pre-game ritual. Just bump some loud music, get me hype, and eat a Snicker. Snicker get you right.
yeah, can't forget about Papa Honey
Oh,
Water.
his honey water. Oh, I think he be. Ooh, I can't say that on here.
Yeah. Coming from a huge family, how does that play a part or a role in y'all journeys?
Shoot, I love it because like the support always there. Even if I have a good game or have the worst game of my life, they always come pick me up and support me.
Yeah, it's good to have a good big family. Like I say, you got so many people that you can like look to and to set the example before them. Like I
Mhm.
say, uh, like I say, being kin of Brandon Wright really, what I'm saying, showed. showed me a different side of basketball. You know what I'm saying? Being behind the scenes of the NBA games and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like I was like, this is the highest level. You
Right.
know, like say having a cousin that played on that level. You know, it really opened my eyes up to be like this is real. Like
Right.
kids can actually make it from here to here, you
Yeah.
know. And even after Brandon, you've seen all these kids from Nashville and stuff
Mm-hmm.
come up through the ranks and make it out to Division 1 schools and some even on to the pros and stuff like that. But like Nashville is on its way up, man. So like I say, a lot of our family here, man, we even from football, most of our family members, a lot of them play football and stuff as well. So
Mm-hmm.
seeing like Jordan James now go up through the ranks and stuff like that on the football field, man, it's really really good, man. For like I say, our family, and like I say, it gives us something to talk about at the family reunions and stuff
Right.
like that. And like I say, you got cousins doing all kinds of stuff in
Right.
sports and stuff, man. So it's really good to have.
All right, let's go to Lawana. Lee, what are your expectations for your son?
Uh, like I say, go back to the question earlier, man. Like I said, I would love for him to be a graduate.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, get his degree and wherever you want to, do from go from there. But like I say, I would love for basketball to pay for that.
Right.
You know, like I say, that's just been my whole plan for him this whole time is for basketball to pay the way for you to go to, whatever school you want to go to, and like I say, get that education, get that degree, so that you can, have a good paying job when you come out.
Landon, do you feel pressure to make it to the next level?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
How you handle it?
I handle it same as earlier. Just keep working. You know, you work hard enough, you gonna make it. Whatever you decide to do.
Oh, say that one more time. One more time. If you work hard enough, what?
You work hard enough, whatever you do, you gonna make it.
Church.
Yeah.
Um, what motivates you, or what is your motivation to train come from?
Motivation to train. Shoot, ain't nothing else really to do. It's
Oh,
like
it's a lot you could do.
get yourself better.
You a teenager. It's a lot you could do,
Yeah.
but you in the gym.
It's like, ooh, voice crack. Uh, I don't really know. I just want to make money. Just make everybody proud. Really.
That's dope. Lee, did you make any mistakes along the way that you want Landon to learn from?
Yeah, that's all my fatherhood is. And don't do it like I did. But that was just something that I had to do, learn from my mistakes. But like I said, I definitely try to keep him away from everything I did wrong, man. Like I say, and that was just one thing that when I got to adult, we thought we had everything figured out coming
Yeah.
up through the ranks,
Man,
man.
we was
But
way off.
right,
We was way
right.
off.
So like I say, just try to like I say, learn from my mistakes
Mhm.
and just like I say, just know that there's a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Even what he knows now, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There's a lot more out there, man, than what you see in front of your face.
Right.
So just try to let him know the world is really, really big, man.
Yes.
So you gotta, like say, take the right steps. Sometimes you're gonna fall, but it's like say, you always gonna have family there and stuff to pick you up. So
Mhm.
you'll be all right.
All right, these come from Big Fridge. It's for both of y'all. What advice would y'all give a young father and son about work ethic and being a student in the classroom? So let's give it from a father side and a son side.
Uh, to the like the fathers, man, just coming from a father point of view, just know that it ain't gonna be easy. Like me and this dude done bumped heads so many times from him, like not wanting to work out or
Mhm.
what I'm saying, going through the workout half speed,
That's not easy to do. He train a lot.
You're right, but same time, like you want them to get the most out of them,
Right.
but sometimes you're not even gonna get that. But at the same time, don't give up on it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Don't not work them out for a whole 2 or 3 months because
Right.
he gave you an attitude one day.
Right. And you mad at him. Yeah.
Right? You mad at him more than he's at you. So like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't as easy as, what I'm saying, people probably making it look. And that's one thing I had to figure out, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to go back to my childhood. You know what I'm saying? Somebody trying to get me to work out and stuff all the time. I
Yeah.
would probably have an attitude some days
Right.
too, because I probably wouldn't want to be out there. But at the same time, as a father, you know what that's gonna do for them.
Right.
So you don't try to, you don't try to just force it on them too much, but at the same time, you try to install in their brain, man, that this is what it takes,
Right.
man. So like you say, he knows now. He knows hard work's gonna get you to where you need to go. So I think if I didn't install that into him at a young age, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, he probably would be kind of 50
Yeah.
50 on it.
Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna take time to settle in.
Yeah, yeah,
Like this
definitely.
is what you got to do.
Definitely, definitely. And then once you see it start paying off, once the kids start seeing it pay off, man, then they gonna be coming to you. You know,
Right.
you come and get me out the bed some morning, like, all right, dog. And then after a while, you be like, man, I'm tired. Like you ain't got nobody you can call to train. You know, so like I say, it's a process, but like I say, in the end, it's always worth it.
Landon, from your perspective, and it's
Uh-huh.
for like your peers and like kids that look up to you. Like, what advice would you give them about work ethic and being a student in the classroom?
Mm. In a classroom, I don't really know, because if they ain't bribe me with stuff, then I wouldn't be top tier in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm seeing like, oh, if I make these type of grades, I can go to college for this and get this extra money and stuff. I'm like, then go a little bit more research, see what I want to major in. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, stuff like that.
And what about what advice would you give them about work ethic?
About work ethic, shoot, don't want to be sorry and just stay in the gym.
Simple and plain. If you ain't trying to be cold slaw, get in the gym. Work on your game.
Right.
Uh,
Simple as that.
Lee, where do you think the Bryant basketball pedigree came from?
Oh man, that's a good one. I think it came from that old school, man. Like people don't realize like Nashville is like the mecca of basketball. Like my
Oh,
dad
say that
went
again.
Nashville is the mecca of basketball, bro. Cause like my dad went to Pearl High.
Mm-hmm.
And you know Pearl High, they done won all kind of national championships for but I think it was before they segregated schools.
A lot of history at Pearl.
Yeah, a lot of history. So my dad kind of fell up on that, and like all his cousins and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
like, keep in mind, my dad has 52 first cousins, bro. That's how big the family is. 52 first cousins. So I think out of man, most of them was boys, you know. So a lot of them played sports and stuff
Mm-hmm.
coming through, and a lot of them like few of them played for Pearl and stuff like that. So my dad, he played a little bit, but like I say, he was around Pearl when Ted McClain them came through Hound. Um, uh, Stacy Hunter, all those guys, man, and all those guys, you know, they played ABA, you know, and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But you know, he would tell me about how Oscar Robertson would come here and you know play here in the summer, and like all the guys, like Bill Russell, all of them come out to TSU at the time, and you know, most of the Pearl guys end up going to TSU, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and winning national championships at
Right.
TSU and stuff on the national stage and stuff like
They
that.
right down the
So
street from each other.
right. So like I say, it was kind of it was a pipeline there, and like I say, it's a lot, especially guys that's coming up in Nashville today, man, that's playing basketball, middle school, high school. I advise their coaches, man, to go back and get that history, man, because it's a lot of, especially with John McClendon and them and stuff, and my dad teaching me how he invented the fast break. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, like I say, I think that's where it basically came from.
You're gonna have to come back, bro, because it's a lot we can touch on. Like
Right,
it's a
right,
lot it's a lot we can touch on.
right, definitely.
But Landon, the last question of the show. This one is for you. The most important question. I need you to look in this camera when you answer this question. Why should Landon Bryant be on every recruiting board across the country?
Uh, Cause I'm a winner. I do whatever it takes to win.
Simple. 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 You heard him. He said he's trying to play in March Madness.
Yeah.
You trying to win that thing. Yeah, y'all better get Landon on your squad. But I'm definitely I'm grateful y'all came on the platform. You know, it's a lot we can learn from you, Lee. Landon, it's a lot, we can learn from you. Um, good luck to y'all on the season this year. I'm working a lot. I just had 2 kids, so whenever I get a
Yeah.
chance, I'm
Oh,
gonna be out there.
congratulations, huh?
Thank you. Whenever I get a chance, I'm gonna come out there. We all gonna come out there. We're gonna support you. Lee, you know it's all love.
Oh yeah, definitely.
When the boys get a little older, I'll rock with you on the coaching tip
Oh
again.
man, yeah. Shoot, I need you now, man. Get with him, man. Spar with him sometimes, man.
Man, let me get in shape or something. Let me get in shape. But we had another great episode of Coach Chris Chronicles. I appreciate y'all stopping by.
Sure.
Deuces.